Dark Knights of Steel issue 11 heads to the L Kingdom, where Constantine is drowning his sorrows away with mead as Harley Quinn comes by, telling him he really did screw up. John knows that he was right in the prophecy though, just the interpretation was what failed them. Harley wonders if the prophecy made him bring back a dead prince, but John wanted to bring back the king instead. Lois tells them that they were all played and in turn failed their kingdoms, but the shapeshifters won't have reckoned with all three of them being there together. John agrees, knowing together they can come up with one hell of a plan. Prince Kal meanwhile confronts Bruce, who reveals that he is his brother and their father told him before he died. He apologizes for dumping this news on Kal, but he hugs him, with Kal telling him that he will come to terms with the full ramifications of this in time, but he's always thought of Bruce as a frustrating know-it-all brother, but a brother nonetheless, and he couldn't be happier. Kal figures that this also explains why the Banshee never killed Bruce when she blasted him, eagerly asking if he can fly or has heat vision, thinking they'll need to definitely throw him off a few high stories to test it out. Kal does wonder how the Martians stabbed Bruce though, since he is part Kryptonian, so nothing should be able to pierce his skin. Bruce reveals that he was with the one he once called Alfred, but Kal knows that his face might have changed, but he's still Alfred. Bruce reveals that when they were together, they found a green crystal that had fallen from the sky, and it sapped his strength, making him mortal. He warns an entire meteor of the stuff fell from the sky and the White Martians have it, as in their lair, the White Martians use their powers to forge the kryptonite into swords. Protex is pleased with his people's work, proclaiming that now they can kill the Kryptonians with it. One mentions that he saw a shapeshifter amongst the heroes, and Protex knows it's John Jones, and he will tell the heroes all of their secrets, so they must silence him quickly. Later in his cell, John is met by Protex, who can't believe that John chose to become this man on Earth. Manhunter isn't surprised the villain is the same as he always was, but Protex defends his actions, citing that they have fun terrorizing the people, appearing to them as monsters and myths and becoming legends amongst them. He gloats over how John just decided to become one of the people, unable to imagine such a thing. Manhunter doesn't think the villain's imagination was ever his strong suit, as Protex tires of the games, revealing his Green Lantern ring, which he uses to render Manhunter powerless, wrapping a construct around his neck. Manhunter knows that he's not without power since he can still speak and think, and his thoughts have reached another. Princes Kal and Bruce smash through the doorway, confronting the monstrous Protex. The princes blast the Martian with their heat vision, burning him and causing Protex to flee. Manhunter knows he will return with an army, so they'll need to set up defenses. The kingdoms get underway, with the queens ordering fires to be lit in every room in every house. In the forest, Poison Ivy hands over fallen trees to be used to make giant bonfires with around the countryside, warning the heroes that if any soldier attempts to cut down a living tree from Hob Forest, they themselves will be cut down in their place. Queen Anissa orders her men to stay within a few feet of the fires and to not stray from them, as Diana and Zala dig a huge pit, filling it with oil and lighting them on fire, further fortifying the kingdom with fire. As the fires burn throughout the countryside, Bruce confronts Alfred, who knows that the White Martians are cowards and they won't face them like this, but the fires cannot burn forever. Bruce reveals that he spoke with the Queen about removing the lasso of truce bonds around Alfred, but Alfred apologizes for the deception, not expecting his forgiveness. Bruce asks if he can read minds, asking Alfred to read his, so he does, finding that Bruce understands him and forgives him, since while he kept something from him and did hurt him, he understands why he did that, and he won't judge him for his appearance or punish him for his abilities, since now Bruce has some of his own. Alfred understands why he was angry since he was grieving, but Bruce doesn't accept that excuse, telling Alfred that he's been with him since his parents died, and he wouldn't be who he is without him. Bruce tells Alfred that he loves him, and the truth is that he's been so wrong about everything and it's time to make things right. Bruce and Kal head to the dungeon where Harley is already waiting for them, knowing that Bruce isn't so hard to read and she knew he would come around, hence why she's there with the keys. Bruce tells the captured Metas that he has realized that they are not his enemies and the true enemy is waiting for them out there, and they plan to enslave them all. Bobo doesn't think that sounds worse than where they are, since Bruce imprisoning them was bad, but enslavement seems good since at least they'll get some exercise and fresh air. Bruce offers them all pardons for imprisonment, and Harley adds that actual people who deserve to be released will be, with actual murderers staying locked up, disappointing Calendar Man. Kal confronts Oliver Queen, knowing that he did murder Jor-El, but he's not actually a murderer, having seen the truth of who he is out on the battlefield recently. Kal frees the man, realizing that Oliver was trying to save the world, and if they are going to succeed against the enemy, they need understanding and forgiveness on all sides. Oliver knows that Kal is no monster, as General Waller voices her concern of the prisoners being freed to Queen Lara. Lara tells Waller that Kal has her blessings to do this, and she never liked the prison in the first place. Waller also isn't happy that the enemy armies are camped in their city, but Lara knows that they are not the enemy. Waller, however, reminds her that they attacked their kingdoms, killing many of their people. Harley wonders if they should continue the war with the Amazons and Kingdom of the Storms as well, since what does winning look like to her? Lara tells him that she has seen cities tumble and people scream in death and lost her home, and she won't let that happen to another people, so they will join forces with the other kingdoms against the White Martians. Waller thinks that she is making a grave mistake, but Harley gleefully tells her the Queen has given her a command. Lara understands that Amanda is hurting for the loss of her men, but the Alliance will be their best bet for this. Waller relents, taking her leave, as later, Lara takes Kal and Zala to the site of the ship they came to Earth on, digging it up and revealing a sun crystal in the control console, which will give them the knowledge and the plans to help them. The family get to work using the plans inside the crystal to make a phantom zone projector, planning on using it to trap the Martians in. As the Martians prepare for war, Waller and Deadshot arrive. Waller tells Wade that she won't let any of her people be harmed again, assuring him that she is in control. She confronts Protex and his men surround her, intending on killing the woman. Waller warns them not to come any closer since they are an almost extinct species, and she doesn't want them to actually be extinct. One Martian attacks, and suddenly he is immolated by fire, killed instantly by the blaze. Waller reveals that she has a spell of protection cast around her by a demon, and anyone who comes near her will trigger the hellfire. She crushes the bones of the dead Martian, telling Protex not to cross her, but reminding him of their agreement, and she will create another opening for him and he will succeed, but only if he follows her plans perfectly. And if you want to check out some more of my comic book reviews, why not check out the Avengers teaming with Kang the Conqueror over in Avengers issue 2, or Amazo's AI takeover of Earth in Batman Superman World's Finest issue 16. As always, thank you so much for watching, and if you like what you saw, leave a comment and a like, and don't forget to subscribe to stay up to date with all of the big Marvel and DC Comics books every week.